The thrill and the spill science experiments gone wrong. Science experiments are cool. Like really cool. You mix stuff, you heat stuff, you watch stuff change color. It's like magic, but real. But sometimes, just sometimes, those experiments don't go exactly as planned. Things bubble over, sparks fly, and, well, things can get a little messy. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? Think of it like baking a cake. You follow the recipe, you mix the ingredients, you pop it in the oven. But what happens when you accidentally use salt instead of sugar? Disaster. Your cake is ruined. It's the same with science experiments. Even the smartest scientists in the world mess up sometimes. And when they do, the results can be explosive. We're talking about experiments that went boom, experiments that stunk up entire labs, and experiments that made people say, wait, what just happened? So buckle up, science fans, because we're about to dive into the world of epic lab fails. Those moments when science got messy, surprising, and sometimes even a little bit dangerous. When good science goes boom, the case of the exploding whale. Let's talk about whales, big majestic creatures of the deep. Now imagine a dead whale washed up on a beach. Not a pretty sight, right? But back in 1970, scientists in Oregon thought, hey, let's get rid of this whale. Their solution? Dynamite. Yes, you read that right. They decided to blow up the whale. They figured the explosion would break it into tiny pieces, and seagulls would eat the rest. What could go wrong? Turns out a lot can go wrong. The explosion was huge. Chunks of whale blubber rained down on onlookers. Cars were crushed. It was a whale of a mess. The lesson here? Explosives and dead whales don't mix. Sometimes the simplest solution is the best. Oops, did we do that? Accidental explosions and toxic leaks? Remember those cartoons where scientists accidentally create monsters in their labs? Well, sometimes real life can be just as strange. Take the case of Dmitri Mendeleev, the guy who created the periodic table. He was a genius, but even geniuses make mistakes. One time, Mendeleev was working with a highly explosive substance called nitroglycerin. He accidentally dropped a whole bottle of it. You'd think there'd be a huge explosion, right? But no, the bottle just bounced on the floor without exploding. Talk about lucky. But not all scientists are so fortunate. There have been real cases of lab explosions, fires, and even toxic gas leaks. These accidents remind us that science can be dangerous, and safety should always come first. Learning from our lab mishaps, why mistakes matter. So we've talked about exploding whales, accidental discoveries, and the importance of lab safety. But here's the thing about science. It's all about making mistakes and learning from them. Think about it. Thomas Edison went through thousands of failed experiments before he finally invented the light bulb. Every mistake, every oops moment, brought him one step closer to success. The same is true for all scientists. Those epic lab fails, they might be funny to read about, but they also teach us valuable lessons. They remind us to be careful, to think things through, and to always wear our